I used to get called to do assembly. In case you didn't know, this ministry started outside. It didn't start here. Okay, it didn't start here. And that's why that speaker is there, because we are going back to the street. I didn't go to church for a couple of weeks, so I decided to visit my mom's church. And that day is the day I got the prophecy. Yeah, that title is reading you right, or you are reading it right. I'm going to explain this story in a little bit of a lengthy one, because there are three particular places where I want you to spot what the prophecy was and what exactly did he say. How did I perceive this prophecy, and how I misinterpreted this prophecy for a while. And then I'm going to show you how that prophecy then led to me being able to see for myself personally where things were or where things were going. Ricky doesn't believe in prophecy, just out here bashing prophets. No, I do believe in prophecy. I've seen it really, like, directly. And I know a lot of people can misinterpret one, but when one is bogus, one is bogus. By the way, his church, they don't do "can I prophesy," or they don't even label their church as a prophetic church. They are an apostolic faith mission church. It's just that once in a long while, he will then stand and he will say something that is prophetic in a way. And so I do believe, unfortunately, there's just too many fakes that are kind of like just continuously lying about the subject. It's a small church. It's an AFM church. I got there. This other pastor who was very dodgy. A few years later, I found out the guy is a gambler. What. This other guy who was just a pastor around there asked me a very funny question. It was my first time in church. The guy asked me, where is this verse in the Bible? I was like, what is this guy talking about? I didn't even know the Bible. So I dumped going to that church. It was my mom's church more. And so I left, but the rest of the family used to go there. And so when I went to this other church to find my own path, went into theology and all those type of things. That's a story of another. It's going to be a proper documentary video. I got saved 2009, 2010. Started to go out and minister in schools and stuff like that. And so I'll go out, we type these letters and stuff like that. I think I once showed you one. It's Christ movement, stuff like that. So these were the letters I still keep it there. It's hand these letters out to the schools. And I will go to the schools and deliver this. I used to get called to do assembly. In case you didn't know, this ministry started outside. It didn't start here. Okay, it didn't start here. And that's why that speaker is there, because we are going back to the street. But I never thought of how am I going to make money. Okay, I just thought, let me reach the kids. That's that. Then I'll find another thing that actually makes. That's how forex comes up. By that period, I started being a lot more interested in forex. I knew about it 2010, 11, but I got into it a lot more by 2011. That school that I was going to, they started preaching some funny things, so I left. I didn't go to church for a couple of weeks, so I decided to visit my mom's church. And that day is the day I got the prophecy. And he was like, this was the prophecy. He said, you're going to do something that's going to stand out. Whatever everybody else is doing, you are just going to stand out. You're going to stick out. So because I was doing the forex thing, I thought, forex prophecy in Chaga. And so I got overexcited to a point where I stopped doing the ministry stuff and I started doing the forex things. Up until that time, I didn't have a YouTube channel for the forex. I started the YouTube channel for the forex in 2012 because of that prophecy, after that prophecy. And so I stuck to that. By 2016, what that man had prophesied looked like it was now coming to pass. And so I was now sticking out. I was getting deals. You know, Ricky, do you want to do this business? Now, I went back to him and I told him, one day I'll introduce him. He was like, he didn't agree. Towards that end of the next year, you start losing all of that money. So what happens? I came back to doing things. That's a story of another day again. And so once I came back, this is where now the vision started. I didn't have these visions. Now the visions were very strange. And sometimes I would behave it like violent things, like seeing fire pouring down. That's why I'm never moved by people coming online and say, you know, I saw fire. That's what I used to happen to me in 2016, 17. I used to have dreams about those type of things, like fire pouring down, you know, gunshots, persecution. You know, I used to think the persecution. no, those things were not really what was coming. That was where I was. I was in that environment which was troubled. The dream started having a lot more defined thing, which steps us into the third one, right? To a point where 2019, I remember, I had a dream about a particular church where I was supposed to help them with their church equipment. The of the church is big, but the church is small. So I got invited to a church. The church had like 400 people. I was like, this church is big. It can't be this church that I'm supposed to be helping with things. So I went and I would go back, and I went and I would go back. But then after going and going back, that's when I realized, okay, the church is small compared to the vision of the church. I started to have a lot more of these dreams, a lot, properly interpreted, fitting thing. To a point where I had a girlfriend by that time. When that relationship was going towards an end, I had clear dreams about it. Lord, let this cup pass for me. I was in that mode. And so around May, this is where the third phase ends, right? Which is where the direction of this entire thing goes to, of this prophecy, okay? That prophecy that I was telling you. I had a dream about this channel growing around April. By that time, I think I had 2,500 subscribers. And I told Itani, a friend of mine from childhood, I said, I see my channel growing and just getting like 7,000 views a day. what in the first 24 hours. And guess what? If you check the channel right now, we are exactly there. and so that's why I don't have, like, when I made the video why my channel will blow, now you understand where it comes from. They are all the factors, the worldly factors. But that stuff, I saw that thingy. And by that time, I used to have this thing of, like, it's going to hit 20,000 subscribers. And it hit 20,000 subscribers. So for me, if you wanted to care, if you wanted to ask if I care if I hit 100,000 subscribers, I couldn't care more. Because I cared about the 20,000. It's just like, okay, we're going to get to 20,000 subscribers. And we got there. And so the rest of the numbers, I don't really care. And then now there's been this one of the monetary aspect of things. And so that is where I then announced the Bible project. Okay? And so just wanted to give you a timeline of what's been happening on this channel. So when I announced the Bible project, it was because I was starting to have these dreams about receiving money and what. I was like, okay, before the money comes here, let's have a plan for it. And so why do I tell you about that plan? I tell you about that plan so that you can keep me accountable. Once you see that the adverts are now back, Ricky, where is the project? Ricky, where is the project? And so you will notice I never mentioned, guys, do you want to help in this project? No, I never did that. Right? The Bible is very clear. There's a chapter, I don't remember much from my theology classes earlier on. I ended up learning from other people much more better things than what I learned there. But there's one lesson that I learned there that I never forget. And I think it's a story from Proverbs. I can't remember exactly. I'll quote it here. Where he says, don't look at me as I am black like this. It's because they've made me work in someone else's vineyard. My goodness, that chapter has never left my mind. That's why if you check on my Facebook page, whenever I post something about what we are doing on this page, I always say hashtag this is my vineyard. That thing came all the way from 2011 when a mentor by that period explained that chapter and said the worst thing that you could do is to work on what other people are saying. So that's why, or work on what someone else wants. You're going to do something, and whatever you're going to do is going to stick out. It's going to stand out. And it's going to stand out as clear as the Tower of Jobek, the Jobek Tower. That was the prophecy. And so, and he went into details. He explained, he detailed me, the person. I remember my cousin just sitting on the side laughing. And so he detailed me, the person, and he said, but then this is what you are going to do. And so I kind of misinterpreted that prophecy, but now I understand it a lot more better. So people might think, Ricky is against prophecy. No, I'm not against prophecy. I know true prophecy sometimes is not favorable. It doesn't really sound that selfish. You're going to buy a car. So what? Even idiots are buying cars. There is a longer direction for this channel. You'll see. We are not stopping. Like I told you, that speaker there, she's there for a reason. We are not stopping here. It's going to continue. It's the Rich Reality Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. If I made this video too long, it's because I wanted you guys to get the full story of this prophecy, or how it unfolded, or how it is unfolding. So y'all be good, y'all be blessed, and I will see you on the next other videos down in the pin comments, and I'll see you later. Be good.